78% of customers will buy from whoever responds first. Not the cheapest, not the best reviewed, the one who picks up the phone fastest. This is one of my favorite topics. It is incredibly data-driven. That's what I'm all about. I'm obsessed with numbers, obsessed with how numbers make money, and I want to go into this incredibly important topic. And it doesn't go without saying that on its own, speed to lead is an incredibly important part of the sales cycle, but it does also need to be supported by other parts in your process, which we'll get onto in a minute. So speed to lead, why the first 5 minutes determines your close rate, seriously. And before we get going, I'm actually going to pull up an ROI calculator to show you what these numbers mean. So I want to show you this because I want to emphasize how incredibly important this is. Now, currently, if this is the first time you've seen this calculator, don't worry. If you want a copy of this for yourself to have a play around with your numbers, just drop the comment calculator and I'll send you the link. So contact rate improves by multiples throughout the entire funnel. The more leads that you can get in contact with, respond to, get them on the phone at the start of your sales funnel, the better. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a contact rate that I typically see. Now, industry benchmarks are around about 50 to 60%, but let's put a contact rate down at 25%. So 1 in 4 people you get in touch with. Now, if we go down to the lead flow, you can see actually we have 70 leads in with this budget. We get in contact with 17 of those leads, have 4 booked appointments, 3 appointments complete, meaning we probably get around about half a customer a month. And you can see on this chart on the left-hand side, which I am covering, you can see on the chart on the left-hand side, we have 70 total leads, and you can see how significant that drop is down to 17. Now, do you think with such a significant drop, you're actually going to have any hope in heck of getting into these people's homes, into a booked appointments to win the jobs? Probably not. So if we go back up and we change it to an optimized process with 70 to 80% of that contact rate, what that does to our numbers is, yes, we've got 70 leads still, but we're getting in contact with 52 of those, which means we take our half a job a month opportunity to 5.74 jobs booked a month. And all we've done in this entire process is we've improved the contact rate. And with improved contact rate, all of the other things improve. You get better booking rate, you get better appointment show rates, you get better close rates, because like I said, getting that speed to lead, getting the contact rate up is part of the whole system. Once one improves, you start looking at everything else and it just dynamically improves over time. Right now, whilst you're finishing a job or driving between sites and someone's filling out your contact form on a Meta ad, on a Google ad, on your Facebook page, on your landing page, they need their boiler fixed, their AC's packed in, whatever, they're ready to buy. And in 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes, your chances of actually speaking to them drop 100x, 100 times, not 100%, 100 times less. So every lead that sits in your inbox for an hour, you've basically deleted it. So I just closed this little pop-up I forgot was there. So if you do want this document as a PDF and you just want to have a look at it yourself and go through all these tips, just pop a comment down below of sales and I'll get it over to you. So let's go over the 5-minute window. These numbers are brutal. I literally just touched on them. So after the first 5 minutes, your chances of speaking to a lead drop 100 times. Not connecting with them, just getting them on the bloody phone. 78% of customers buy from whoever responds first. It doesn't matter if you're cheaper, it doesn't matter if you've got 30 years of experience, the first responder always wins. And what we're seeing in our data with the clients that we work with is the average business takes 42 hours to respond to a new lead. That's nearly 2 days. By then, your lead has literally already hired someone else. We've seen this so many times in the messages. Hey, just checking if you're still interested. Yeah, sorry, I've already gone with someone else. And depending what you offer, in 2 days, they've probably hired someone else, had the work done, left a review, and told 3 mates about them already. You're not even in the race with these kind of numbers. So let's look at what you'll learn in this 5-10 minutes. I'm not going to bang on about optimizing your sales funnel anymore. I touched that, or other consultant bollocks. This is dead simple and you can do it in 3 steps. First, we're going to plug the leak. You need to see where the leads are dying right now and understand the carnage in your current system. Now, I know these steps are pretty basic, but I'm going to go into more detail in the next slides. Step number 2 is we're installing a safety net, which is an automated text response that fires within 60 seconds every single time. It doesn't have to be 60 seconds. It can be 13 seconds, 23 seconds, as long as it's within a reasonable amount of time for someone to send a message. So it's not like, okay, submit, bam, in the inbox, I've got a message. That just feels intense. It feels a little too automated. Step 3, we are loading the bullets. I'll give you the exact 3 texts that actually convert leads into booked appointments. 15 minutes to set up and it'll run forever. So if this sounds like it's good for you, let's get going. Here's what most service business owners do versus the ones that are printing money. Most owners, they see the lead notification 4 hours later. They finally call back straight to voicemail, send one follow-up email, and move on when they don't hear back. They probably message their agency saying, hey, the leads are shit, they don't answer. And then they wonder why the marketing doesn't work. And on the flip side, our clients, let's say a lead comes in at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, an automatic text fires within 60 seconds. The lead responds while the phone is still in their hand. We have a concierge that actually books an appointment straight on the calendar before they've even Googled another company. And with this, like I showed you on the ROIs at the start, the close rates jump from 20 to 51% by doing this. Because I love data, MIT studied this. 15,000 leads over 3 years. Companies that responded in 5 minutes were 21 times more likely to qualify that lead. And looking at a case by case, one plumber of a contact we have over in the UK in Manchester was losing 6 out of 10 leads because he couldn't get back to people fast enough. Set up automated SMS responses, and now he responds to 10 out of 10 leads instantly without doing anything. It's all just done for him. It's the same leads, the same prices, the same funnels coming in, same bloke. It's just stopping that bleeding. Right, so step 1 is the first thing you need to do is actually, you need to step away and you need to see the carnage. You need to look at it like a chessboard. Most business owners actually have no clue how many leads they are losing. They just know that marketing's expensive, or it's been slow lately, or it's a bit of a quiet month. So here's what you're going to do today, and it is super simple. Look at your last 20 leads. How long did it take you before you responded to them? And be honest with yourself. Actually look at SMS timestamps, look at the lead timestamps. I bet my money that half of them you waited over an hour to get back to. I then want you to count how many never actually got a response at all. And this is the real carnage. Some of you will find that 5, 6, 7 leads just sitting there, and that's thousands of bucks you've literally just left on the table. These people haven't expressed an interest in your service. They want to get in contact with you, and then it just dies there. And lastly, this can be a little bit more tech savvy, but you need to track your follow-ups. How many times did you call before giving up? Most people give up too early, 1 attempt, maybe 2, and then they're done. You need to be calling these people at least twice a day and at least for 5 days, every single day, to have a hope of getting in contact with them. And I guarantee you it's going to work, because 9 out of 10 people aren't doing this. They're all doing the left-hand side of the column on the last page. They're just going, yeah, didn't work. Okay, let's go back to referrals. And what I want to visualize for you at the moment is what actually happens in the mind of the customer in that first 5 minutes. Minute number 1 is the customer submits the form. The phone is still in their hand. They're actively looking for someone. They're interested in fixing the problem they have or getting a response and outcome to the desire that they're having. By minute number 3, they're already checking someone else's site. They're already browsing. The algorithm's already feeding them with all of the businesses like yours trying to get a sale. And then we look at minute 4, the phone is already ringing from a competitor who responded instantly. They get that lead. At minute 5, they've moved on. You could be the best service provider in your city. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. It's brutal, but it's honest. You lost because someone else texted back faster. Now looking next at the safety net. This is the bit that changes absolutely everything. You need a system that texts people back within 60 seconds every time with no exceptions. Not emails, not voicemail drops, texts. And you might be asking, why text? I do great just on the phone. It's because 90% of text messages get read within 3 minutes. 90%. Emails will sit in spam folders for eternity. Voicemails never get checked, but texts, everyone reads texts. So here's what you're setting up. Connect your lead sources, your website forms, your Facebook ads, your Google LSA, whatever. It takes 10 minutes. Write your text. Use the formula that I'm going to show you in the next section. It takes 5 minutes. And then turn it on. Literally a switch, done. There is literally no coding required. You just turn it on and it will work like magic. And then what's going to happen, and I want you to sit and imagine this, is you're on a job site, a lead comes in, your phone buzzes, you don't have to do anything, because you know that there is a concierge team behind the scenes working to close them on an appointment for you. The system texts them automatically. The lead responds within seconds or minutes because their phone's right there in their hand. You finish what you're doing and you call them during your drive to the next job. It's that easy, and you book them in. And that's if the concierge team hasn't already booked them in for you. It is literally that easy. And I want to get onto our stats again from a guy we worked with in Bristol, which was really hard to get him onto SMS automation. It actually took a couple of months because he would always say, I always call people back the same day. I don't need it concierge. I don't need appointment booking. I don't need speed to lead. But when we actually looked into his data, we looked into the step on the slide before of actually how long does it take. The average time to get back to the lead was 6 hours. And his close rate because of that was 18%. So we sat down, showed him the data, showed him the ROI potential. In the first month with the SMS automation installed, his close rate went from 18 to 39%. And again, same guy, same quality of work, same profile, same everything. It's just stopping the leads from going cold. So we're almost wrapping up, and I want to give you those SMS templates. Right, so you've got the system. That's all set up, ready to get this started. Now you need to know what actually to send. And most people really do overthink this. They want to sound professional. They want to sound like they're the best service in the world, and they want all of their proof banners all over the messages. It doesn't work like that. You end up just sounding like a robot. Your texts need to sound like you actually wrote them from your phone. Short, direct, and personal. So here's a basic formula that you can follow. So we have 3 texts. Text 1 fires something like, hi name, got your request for their specific problem. This is your name with company. Can you chat for 2 minutes now, or works better if I ring you around a specific time? That's it. It's short, personal, and just gives them a really easy yes or no out if they are busy. Text number 2, you send this if there's no response within 2 hours, and it goes out something like this. Name, wanted to make sure you got my message about your problem. Need help with this? Question mark. Happy to chat whenever suits you. So by now you're getting the theme. So if they still haven't responded by the next day, text 3 is usually the secret weapon for this. Name, haven't heard back from you, so I'm guessing you sorted your problem. Now when I say problem, you just write that according to whatever service they've asked for. If you still need help, I'm around. Otherwise, no worries, good luck with it. And this last one really makes it sound like you're giving up, but you're actually taking the offer away from them, which usually makes them respond. It's something like, no, wait, I need help, yes, please. And it works every single time. So I want to show you what this looks like in practice. And this is for the people who already have an autoresponder in place, or you've just installed one. So if we look at the old email autoresponder, it says something like this. Thank you for contacting company name. We have received your inquiry regarding HVAC services. Our team reviews all submissions within 24 to 48 business hours. 12% response rate. And then if we look at a new SMS sequence, hey Sarah, saw you need your AC looked at before the weekend. I'm Tom with company name. Free right now for a quick chat, or better if I ring you this evening. 68% contact rate. So this is the same leads, the same company. It's just stopping sounding like a corporation and start sounding like a human who actually gives a toss about the situation. And we see these response rates increase all of the time. So a plumber, from testing like a lawyer to texting more like a human and using SMS instead of email, we went from 23% to 61% response rates overnight. The words really matter. So how do we actually get this started? Now, what I want to do is look at a 4-day timeline to actually get this started for your business. So today, in the next 30 minutes, I want you to pull up your last 20 leads. I want you to look at the timestamps, count how many of them waited over an hour or never got contacted. I want you to really feel sick about the money that you left on the table. And this is important. You need to feel the pain. And I say the same to every single one of the clients we work with. We had it ourselves before putting this in. You've got to look at it and go, oh my goodness, that is what? Like we're losing out on all of that? Because once you feel it, you want to go, okay, I need to fix this. And when you do fix this, the leads come in, you make more money, and everybody's happy. We're having holidays, we're buying donuts. It's all good. Tomorrow, I want you to take 15 minutes to get an SMS automation platform, whatever it is. Connect your business profile number, test it by submitting it yourself, and make sure the text actually fires. If you want advice on what kind of software to do this, we have a few that we would recommend, and we actually have a free trial to one of ours. It depends if you want to do it yourself or have someone do it all for you. Day number 3, I want you to take 10 minutes to write your first 3 texts using the formula I gave you. Keep them conversational. If it sounds too corporate or sounds like word salad, then just delete it and start again. Load them into your sequence in the following order: instant, within 60 seconds, within 2 hours, and then within 24 hours. And then by day 4, or even sooner if you're quicker, you can turn this all on. The next lead that comes in and you miss will get an instant text. You'll know it's working and you can start getting responses before you've even seen the lead notification. And for me, this is a real dream state, so we'll go over it down here. Let's say the lead comes in on Tuesday at 3:47 whilst you're installing a boiler. By 3:48, the system texts. By 3:52, they respond. By 6:15, you're calling during your drive home. You've already realized that they've booked an appointment with an appointment setter, or you book it on the phone right there because they've already spoken to you and your team. So by Friday morning, you show up to this person's house, you fix their heating, they pay you 380 quid, all because you responded in 60 seconds instead of 6 hours. So really, again, this is a case like everything I talk about, fix it now or keep bleeding. Here's where you are right now. Every lead that comes in takes you hours to respond to. By the time you call them back, they've already moved on, hired someone else, or forgotten they even contacted you. You're losing 6, 7, maybe 8 out of every 10 leads because you're not going fast enough. Not because you're rubbish at your job, not because your service is bad, but because you're doing the job. You're busy doing your job, and it's a vicious cycle. But your competitors, they're responding in 60 seconds with automated text while you're still under the sink. And I know I've hammered down on the HVAC and plumbing in this, but it works for absolutely every service, every industry. Whether you're watching this and you sell socks, the same principle applies. And whilst you're doing your job, other people are taking your customers. So here's your choice. Option 1 is keep doing what you're doing. Keep watching the leads go cold. Keep wondering why marketing costs so much for so little return, and keep losing jobs to people who aren't even as good as you. Or fix it today. Spend 15 minutes setting up SMS responses. Stop the bleeding. Speak to 100 times more leads. Book more jobs. Make more money. The research is clear. You've got 5 minutes to respond before the lead is gone. Not 5 hours, not tomorrow, 5 minutes. So the choice is simple for you. What's it going to be? If you need support getting option 2 implemented, just drop your comments down below. We read everyone, or reach out to us on whatever platform I've posted this on, and we're more than happy to help. Until next time, take it easy and we'll speak soon.